Welcome to our video course on Flutter. In the previous lesson, we covered animations created using AnimatedContainer, and today we'll dive deeper into Flutter animations and take another look at AnimatedContainer. Let's start by recalling what a regular container is. A container is one of the most commonly used widgets in Flutter. You can think of it as a box that can hold anything: text, images, or other widgets. We can adjust its size, color, borders, and other properties. An animated container is the same container but with the ability to animate its changes. When we modify its properties like width, height, or color, AnimatedContainer smoothly animates these changes over a specified duration. Let's look at an example. First, we'll replace our regular container with an animated container. As we can see, an error appears, and the compiler points out that we need to provide the mandatory duration parameter. We're already familiar with this parameter and know that it determines the duration of the animation. Let's set it to 2 seconds for this example. Now, let's restart the app. As we can see, nothing happens, which makes sense because we haven't triggered any animation yet. To do this, we first need to convert our widget to stateful, as we did before. So let's move our container to a separate widget that will be stateful. Remember, it's always better to keep stateful widgets only where necessary for performance reasons. This way, when the setState method is called, Flutter will only re-render what needs to be redrawn. If we use stateful unnecessarily, Flutter will re-render widgets that don't require updates. Now, let's extract the container's size into a separate variable. You'll soon understand why we did this. Let's, for example, make the container increase in size when tapped. First, we'll use the Inkwell widget. In the onTap method, we'll increase the size by 50. Let's restart the code and tap the container. As we can see, nothing happens yet. This is because we forgot one crucial step: calling setState. We need to wrap this code in setState, as it triggers the re-rendering of elements. Let's restart the code again and tap the container. As we can see, it grows, but not instantly. It takes 2 seconds. If we tap again, it grows again, and again over 2 seconds. Now, let's make sure the container doesn't exceed a width or height of 200. We can achieve this by adding a check in the onTap method and resetting the variable to its initial value. For example, if the size is 200 or more, we'll reset it to 100. Otherwise, we'll increase the size by 50. Here's how it works. We can tap the container indefinitely, and it won't keep growing, staying within the screen limits. Next, let's see how color animation works. To animate the color, we also need to extract it into a separate variable so we can control its value. Now, let's do the following. We'll create a condition that checks if the color is blue. If true, we'll change the color to red. Otherwise, meaning if it's red, since there's no other option, we'll change it back to blue. Let's restart the code and see the result. When we tap the container, it smoothly changes color from blue to red. Tapping it again after the animation finishes smoothly transitions it back to blue. Now, let's explore the curve parameter of our container. In the previous lesson, when we used Animation Controller, we were introduced to this parameter. It's a curve type parameter, and as we remember, we can use the curves class, which offers many options. This time, let's take a look at the elastic in-out value. This curve creates a spring-like effect. Here's how it looks. So today we learned how to work with AnimatedContainer in Flutter. We explored how this widget allows us to animate changes in size, color, and other properties, and, most importantly, how easy it is to do with just a few lines of code. To reinforce what we've learned, try the following homework. Add additional animations to the app. Specifically, animate the border radius of the container using the border radius property. If you have any questions or run into issues with the code, feel free to leave a comment. I'll do my best to answer all questions and help you out. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you don't miss the next lessons. We have a lot of exciting content ahead, building complex interfaces and solving real-world tasks. If you enjoyed this lesson, give it a like. It really helps the channel grow and motivates me to keep creating high-quality content for you. Thank you for your attention and participation. See you in the next lesson, where we'll dive deeper into Flutter animations and learn how to create even more lively and interactive apps. See you soon!